Like to welcome everyone to the hearing of the Assembly Environmental Safety and Toxic Materials Committee. Sergeants, if you can please call absent members. We're going to hear three measures today with two measures on consent. Also file number 2, SB 811 by Senator Caballero, has been pulled by the author from today's hearing and will be heard at our next hearing on June 30th. Assemblymember Castillo will not be present for today's hearing. We're expecting other members. And a quick review of the committee's policies for testimony are as follows. Primary witnesses in support must be those accompanying the author or who otherwise have registered a support position with the committee. Primary witnesses in opposition must have their opposition registered with the committee as well. Primary witness testimony is limited to 2 witnesses in support and 2 in opposition. Each witness will have 2 minutes to give their testimony. All additional witnesses will be limited to stating their name, organization, if they represent one, and their position on the bill. I also want to note that we are accepting written testimony through the position letter portal on the committee's website. So thank you again. Everyone. It looks like we currently have the absence of a quorum. We'll defer the consent calendar and dive right into file number 1. We have an author here, Senator Allen. Welcome. You'll be presenting SB 501 dealing with batteries whenever you're ready.
To present this bill that seeks to expand California's extended producer responsibility program for loose batteries to include medium format batteries, such as those that you see in e-bikes and outdoor lawn equipment, portable power systems, those kinds of things. So batteries, we all know, are a significant source of household hazardous waste. They certainly, have some real risks associated with them when they're not properly managed. We've seen small batteries from cell phones, for example, go so far as to cause dangerous trash fires. Our friends in the waste hauler community find them a real menace, quite frankly, because they really do create a whole set of safety challenges. We've seen a recent product safety warning that came out of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission with regards to certain e-bike batteries. Because of the risk of ignition and explosion. So now adding to that is just the logistics of the consumer experience, which is that, so many consumers, I would dare to say perhaps most, really don't have adequate access to convenient collection options from the local jurisdiction. Even those that probably do probably have no idea. And that, of course, then leads to that helps to exacerbate this culture of inadequate and dangerous disposal where people are tossing this stuff in the trash or elsewhere. And then local governments, and thus our constituents, end up paying this inordinate price associated with the proper collection and disposal of these products. It's our constituents that are then having to pay more to try to sort this stuff out, to deal with the fires once they happen, the liabilities, the dangers, etc. So our colleague, Assemblymember Irwin, led the effort back in 2022 to pass a bill that established an extended producer responsibility system for small loose batteries. And that bill required the producers of household batteries to either comply individually or through a stewardship program for the collection and the recycling of those batteries. And this includes planning for a specific number of collection sites and minimum recycling efficiency rates, outreach, education, etc. That same year, Senator Newman did a bill, SB 1215, that extended the consumer-facing fee of the e-waste program to additional battery-embedded products to pay for disposal costs. Now, medium format batteries, so like the e-bike type batteries that we're talking about, were not included in 2440, the Irwin bill, the small loose batteries. And they're only included in the Newman bill, the SB 1215 program, if they're actually embedded in the product, which means that they're not easily removable by the consumer. But we know that many of these medium format batteries are actually designed to be easily removed by the consumer, so they can be replaced or for various reasons. And we see they've been increasing in the marketplace and waste stream as products such as e-bikes and electric scooters and portable power systems become more and more popular. So this bill seeks to rectify this real gap in the system. It expands the 2440 EPR program beyond just the loose batteries to batteries up to 25 pounds, in order to include those batteries that are typically considered medium format. Now, producers could choose to comply individually as allowed under the current program, or they could create one or more stewardship programs, stewardship organizations. It's their choice. The bill also would clarify that a key or a locking device to prevent theft would not be, that wouldn't preclude a battery from being considered a loose battery covered into the program, as long as the battery meets other criteria for being easily removable by a consumer. I mean, if the consumer's key can unlock it, then it would still count. So here we have representing voices of local government, John Kennedy with the Rural County Representatives of California. They're the ones bearing the brunt of this big logistical and financial challenge. And then, of course, Heidi Sanborn from the National Stewardship Action Council, and they're here to speak on behalf of the bill.
Great, welcome.
Sure. Thank you so much, Chair and members and staff. I'm Heidi Sanborn with the National Stewardship Action Council, a nonprofit that advocates for a circular economy. We are proud to co-sponsor SB 501 along with the regional or rural counties representatives of California and the Resource Recovery Coalition of California. The RRCC could not be here today, representative, because they are monitoring the informal rulemaking workshop of the bill AB 2440, which Senator Allen referenced, which passed in 2022. The reason this is timely is that it's an informal hearing today. They are getting close to getting to the formal hearing process. And one of the efficiencies of this bill is that if we get it done this year, we can actually add these batteries into that rulemaking so we don't have to spend the money and the time on a second rulemaking. In 2020, I was appointed to the California Statewide Commission on Recycling Markets and Curbside Recycling. And that commission elected me chair, and we came up with 34 policy recommendations for the legislature in 2 years. The first one we could agree on, 17-0, was that we needed EPR for household hazardous waste, specifically the dangerous products like these types of batteries. These batteries, as you know, lithium ion does get runaway fires. Our trucks are burning, our insurance costs are going up, and this is affecting the cost of the entire system and really affecting the safety of our workers as well. In February of 2024, we participated in a visit to Cal Waste, which is a blue bin MRF, meaning it only takes recyclables out of blue recycling containers. And we were shocked to see that in the back lot, they actually had a hazardous waste facility. And I asked them, why would they have that there? And they said, because we pull so much hazardous waste off the recycling blue bin sort line that we need our own facility to store it. And when I looked in there were medium format batteries. So the bottom line is this is already a problem. Hoverboards, e-bikes, these are very large batteries, 300 watts and greater. If they get into a compactor and they get crushed and damaged, they can start a fire. That is, I predict our industry is very close to becoming uninsurable. That's how many fires we're having. I mean, literally by the week in facilities. So we have no time to lose. This is the most cost-effective option, is to add these batteries now to the existing program before the rulemaking begins in a formal way. So with that, I just want to thank you for your consideration and ask for your aye vote.
Good afternoon. John Kennedy with the Rural County Representatives of California. We're pleased to be a co-sponsor today. We represent 40 rural counties out of the 58, and as local governments, we're responsible for solid waste collection and recycling. That includes hazardous waste collection and recycling, and so we include opportunities for managing household hazardous waste and very small quantity generator waste. We operate over 150 HHW collection facilities statewide, not just RCRC counties, but local governments in general. And we try to provide free opportunities for residents to come properly dispose of their hazardous wastes. As the Senator explained, batteries are an increasing problem and cost driver for our facilities, especially with the proliferation of e-bikes, e-scooters. We're also seeing some of these batteries in lawnmowers and other devices. We support the previous efforts, or we supported the previous efforts, establishing PRO programs for loose batteries and battery embedded product. But unfortunately, there's this gap that the senator mentioned for medium format batteries. These are valuable commodities, and we do appreciate the work that others have done voluntarily to come out and provide collection opportunities. But I think we see the value and the benefit of establishing a durable, holistic, statewide approach for managing these. We want to make this simple and implementable, not only for us, we still see ourselves as being part of the system, but for the manufacturers, for collection sites, and others. We continue to have lots of talks and discussions, including in this room, about establishing recycling depots and trying to increase efficiencies among all the PROs that are out there to have single consolidated points of collection for everything that we're imposing new obligations on manufacturers for. Happy to continue those discussions. I think this is vital as we move toward that type of system. And for those reasons, we're strongly supportive of the bill today. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any remaining members of the audience who wish to indicate support? Come on up.
Good afternoon, Lindsay Goldhorn on behalf of the Resource Recovery Coalition of California, pleased to co-sponsor the bill.
Chair Member Jael Dentas on behalf of Alameda County Board of Supervisors in support.
Tony Hackett, Californians Against Waste, in support.
Good afternoon, Charles Delgado, California State Association of Counties, in support.
Good afternoon, Melissa Sparks Kranz with the League of California Cities, in support.
Ethan Nagler on behalf of the cities of Glendale and Roseville in support. Thank you.
Josh Gauger on behalf of the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors in support.
David Krieger for Waste Connections in support.
Gwen McKellen on behalf of Northern California Recycling Association in support.
Catherine Walsh on behalf of the City of San Jose in support.
Good afternoon, Julie Lachesky on behalf of Rethink Waste in support. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dylan Hoffman on behalf of the California Product Stewardship Council, the Solid Waste Association of North America's Legislative Task Force, Stop Waste, and the counties of Mendocino and Humboldt, all in support.
Michael Brown, in the name of Northern California Recycling Association and Santa Cruz County, in support.
Hi, Melissa Cortez on behalf of PRBA, the Rechargeable Battery Association. We actually have a supportive amend position, but we are working closely with the author and his staff to put guardrails around the program when small and medium formats mix.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Do we have opposition?
Sorry, one more support.
I was wondering.
Sierra Club, California, in support.
All right. Opposition to the bill, whether principal or audience. Come on up.
Not so much a lead witness, but Jack Worson on behalf of the Motorcycle Industry Council. We've met with the author's office a few times, really just concerned that this might wrap in some off-highway vehicles. We'd just like to get some clarity there, just remove some ambiguity as we see it. So appreciate your office and would like to continue to work together. Thank you.
Not a lead witness, just I don't see a lead witness, so I just went up. Excuse me. California Retailers Association, Sarah Polomu, we were opposed to the bill in its original form when it was a household hazardous waste EPR proposal. In its current form, after many conversations with the author and his staff, we are neutral now, and we very much appreciate all those conversations. So thank you, Senator.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, we'll bring it back. Any questions, comments from the dais? Assembly member.
Yes, excuse me, Senator Allen, we're so glad that you brought this bill, and just want to thank you for your body of work in this subject. You've really done a lot of work on this topic, and we appreciate you. More batteries enter our homes, workplace, and communities. We must ensure that they are safely collected and recycled. This bill helps reduce the risk, protects workers and the environment, and holds producers accountable for the products they place in our marketplace. So SB 501 is a smart, practical step toward cleaner and safer California. And I thank you for doing the work to make California safer.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well put. Seeing no others, I'll just add a couple of thoughts. Also thanking you, Senator, for your work in this area. for taking on this issue. Given that we already have the program, as you noted, for small household batteries in law, I believe it makes sense to incorporate medium format batteries into it as well. I'll be recommending an aye vote. We will hold off on motion and second till we have a quorum. With that being said, would you like to close?
Yeah, no, appreciate all the work, and continue to meet with all the interested parties, and respectfully ask for a vote when appropriate.
Great, thank you. We have Senator Menjivar here.